Okay, guys, so we have another heavyweight hitter today to speak to and to understand what his current position is with his opponent, Issah. So, what's been going?
Well, been training. Everyone knows I've got a fight coming up.
Yep.
Had some unfortunate news that someone doesn't want to turn up on the 7th, so it's a bit annoying.
Yep.
But like always, I'm always gonna keep doing what I got to do. Whoever lands in front of me, I'm gonna prepare for it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they look like, shape, size, or what they bring to the table. That's just how I go, innit?
So we've been hearing, a lot of people have been speaking about you, saying that you are, you're new to this, you're a prospect at the heavyweight division. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, boxing's always been something I've liked watching when I was young, and the thought of it's always been quite sick. And I punched a bag for a while, like before I even got into boxing, and helped me lose weight. And I was like, yeah, this is fun. But it's only fun and games until you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
So all that pad work and bag work, it didn't mean nothing until someone said, come and spar. And I was dodging that. And then a friend of mine, everyone knows him well, got me to come spar, and I got my first knockdown in the sparring. And I just, from there, it was go. I saw my name in flashing lights. And then, he's very good. He's a manipulator. So he was like, imagine the names, imagine all the girls, imagine all that screaming your name. I was like, damn.
Gave you that imagery.
Yeah. So I've got a few tools that my mum and dad gave me, my ancestors.
Yeah.
And all I'm here to do
DNA,
is, yeah, that genetics.
And jollof rice.
Yeah, jollof rice, that's the key component. If anyone wants to know how I got this strength, jollof rice.
So, in terms of how things have developed with your previous opponent, who's now pulled out, who do you want to maybe embark on for a potential matchup for the 7th of June?
It's a tough one, my main thing when I come for the boxing thing, just head down, train. Who can I spar with? What can I learn? I'm worried about Kaizen. It's Japanese saying for 1% better every day.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do. I don't really, no disrespect to anyone, but there's no one I really, I want to fight you, I want to fight you. I want to see the potential of how far I can push my limits. And whatever person lands in front of me, it's just another test. And I will rise to the occasion. I'll study what you've got, your previous thing, and I'll never underestimate anyone. But even that current opponent I did have, who pulled out, when I saw him, there was no heart, there was no fire in my heart. I didn't think he wanted it. And he's not here now. Seat's empty, so it proves my point. But regardless, I'm still going to train as if I'm going to face. You mentioned about that gorilla. I'm train as if I'm facing that gorilla. It's just how I got to do it, innit? And simple as that.
Okay. So, if we were to, potentially FIGHTZUMI were to match you up with someone, maybe through OB Promotions, do you want to box? What kind of performance do you want to have? What would be your perfect performance for that day to, give people more of an insight into who you are as a boxer and how you see yourself developing?
Yeah, that's a good question. My first fight, it got concluded in the first 50 seconds of round one. I trained so hard for that fight. And then when I hit the lights and I heard go, everything went out the window and I just went animalistic. And I kind of, as much as everyone was like to me, yeah, you done well. There was a portion of me that was like, I didn't even get to really show how hard I was working in the background. No one knows how hard I was training. Under injury, the stuff I was going through personally that I was just numb to. All I thought was the fight time. October, it's time to fight. It's time to fight, regardless of what's happening. So this time, when I step in that ring, I'm going to show you I'm not just this big, strong Goliath. I know what I'm doing. I've trained, I've seen my flaws, and I know I've polished them since the last fight. Even though it was only 50 seconds, I've sparred, I've done so much, and I'm coming to surprise people. When I sparred last time here, I surprised people, and that's all. I'm an entertainer. I'm here to put on a show. People step, I want them to be shouting my name and be like, oh my God, I've got people here to support me, and I cannot disappoint them. I said, regardless who's in front of me, I'm coming to put on a show. I'm an entertainer.
Would you say you've got like a heavy hand that is just a knockout, hand, or is it like maybe you've got a jab that has this like piston potency to it? What would you say is your main attribute that you can put forward into a fight?
I think my main attribute is, most people who know me, I'm I'm more of a lover, not a fighter. And my first fight, I realized the person I had to be for that fight wasn't who I am. I had to adopt a personality.
Yeah.
I had to become someone who, when he steps in the ring, that's dinner in that ring.
Yeah.
And what I learned with that is that was the first time in my life I didn't hold back. I've been strong from when I'm young. I've always held back. I've always hurt people accidentally. So when I went in that ring and I'd done that damage, I know that when I step into that second fight, power, everything I've got is powerful.
Okay.
Everything I've got is powerful. I've got power on my side. And now that I know I've got that, if I dial down the power and work on a bit more technique and actually go to box, I think regardless of me dialing down my power, they're not going to like it.
Now, say,
Otherwise, whoever's in front of me.
okay, that is a purposeful message there, I think, for your next imminent opponent. So I'm going to wish you well. Hopefully we arrange a fight for you, you know, and we see you 7th of June. So thanks for stepping by and talking to me today. Appreciate it. Yeah, nice one.